Hi, this is Liz with Ink Game Boss, and today I'm going to do a little demo slash tutorial with the Samurai Sumi brush from the Samurai Inks pack for Procreate that just launched. This brush is capable of doing pretty awesome Sumi, I think it's the way you say it, Sumi paintings. So let's give it a go here. So the first thing I've done is I've made it so that my modify button is my quick menu button. This makes it easier for me to select between brushes. The way you set the brushes is you just hold this down and you just pick whatever you want from this menu. So I've selected the Samurai Sumi and the Ronin Wash for these two. And my button is set to toggle with my thumb touching the modify button, which is that button there. And the way you set that is in the settings, preferences, gesture controls, quick menu, and I've got it set to tap, so every time my thumb taps it, it turns on and off. And another little trick that I learned recently is that if you pull this out with your thumb, this section here, if you slide from the side with your thumb, you can put it wherever you want. I thought that was a pretty neat trick. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do here is set down a wash with the Ronin wash brush. I'm going to pick a kind of like a light ochre color here, and then I'm going to set the brush size fairly large, zoom down on my canvas here, and just kind of brush in a nice paper texture. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that if it's not perfect, it's better, because that way it looks a little bit more realistic. Once that's done, I'm going to go here and I'm going to duplicate this channel by sliding this to the left, hitting duplicate. Then I'm going to go to my selection arrow up here and I'm going to flip it vertically and horizontally just to give my texture a little more randomness. And then I'm going to switch the top layer to multiply and bring that down to about, I'd say, 35%. There we go. Then I'm going to select the layer beneath that and change that to color burn and probably bring that to about 40% or so. That's about right. And this is going to give a little bit of a variance to your brush strokes. Select the Sumi brush and the color black. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting, and I'm just going to lay in some, put my brush at about 25%, maybe even 16, and see how that goes. And what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I forgot to make a painting layer. So you have to make an additional layer, which will be what you're going to be painting on, and you drag that layer beneath these two here so that you can paint on it, and make sure that's selected. I did not, but I fixed that. So here we go. So now I'm going to start laying some just broad strokes. Just kind of go with the flow. Just feel it out as you do it. Let's break it up a little bit. I'm going to lay another one in here. These are going to be my land masses. You can see the brush kind of delivers a really varied texture that looks pretty organic. So now I'm going to do some trees. I'm using the same brush size. Just come in here and just paint some random tree trunks. I'm not going to go very deep into this, just kind of showing you how quickly you can do this. And then I'm going to just add some branches, the leaves as it were. And I'm just doing this very quickly, just really roughly drawing off of the trunk and shooting outwards from inside, diagonally, slightly down and out. You can see it's I haven't changed my brush size at all. I'm still using the same brush size. Let's do one more right here. Now I'm going to select white as a color, or actually a lighter gray, and just kind of come in here, and actually it probably has to be lighter than that. Come in here and just kind of lay in some light peeking through the trees in certain spots, just to give it a little variance there. And then maybe even take some of these highlights that already exist and lighten them up even a little more to kind of give the painting a little more dimension. I'm going to do the same thing on this bank here. Some highlight there maybe, and along the edges. And then I'm going to lower my brush size slightly, go back to black, and start painting a little, just quick lines to kind of make some grass, tall grass. And like I said, you can just pretty much paint anywhere, paint over the trees, around the trees, different sizes, different lengths. Just break up that line up a little bit. And then on this bank, I'm going to draw some longer ones. Just really quickly doing this. As you can see, the brush kind of just makes it look nice right out of the gate. Just make it really random, short ones. Maybe some even coming out of the water here. All right, now all I'm going to do here, using the exact same brush size, is I'm just going to tilt my brush at an angle and just start painting in with light strokes, light short strokes, some water reflections. You can vary the stroke lengths as you get closer to the viewer to make it, and the thickness. You can press down harder to make it darker, and then go back to lighter pressure as you move away towards the horizon. And as you move further away, just start tilting your brush up ever so slightly. There you go. Oh, actually, we can even start adding a little bit of details here if you want. It's using the same, I haven't changed my brush size, and just kind of coming in here and maybe painting some cattails. I think that's what they're called. I'm sure this isn't what they look like. I didn't reference this. I'm just drawing it from my head. That's one of the things of Sumi painting. Just draw what you kind of envision. It's kind of a relaxing way to paint. This is a nice way to unwind, and you can do a few of these in like within half an hour. I mean, look how fast I did this one. So this was done very quickly. I would have normally taken my time a little more and been more deliberate with my brush strokes. That is kind of the point of Sumi painting. Every stroke matters. It's considered poetry with a brush. Stay tuned till the end of the video. I'll show a few more examples. Subscribe if you like this. I'll be doing more demos in the future, both with the brushes and just with Procreate tutorials in general. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.